Hello Year 9, hello. Welcome to your very, very last YouTube lesson. When we are next in school, we will be physically in school. So no more of these watching us on the internet, which I have to say is a relief for me. So today we'll be writing up, or you'll be writing up your speech, your persuasive writing speech on a topic that you are passionate about. Now I know some of you haven't finalised your plan yet, and others of you have got your plan and you've done loads of research. So I'm going to try and cover both of those areas with you today. The method we're going to go through for writing the speech is called the hamburger method. Number one, because I love hamburgers, but number two, it's a really, really good way of writing. You start with the introduction, then your topic, and then all your toppings, all your little anecdotes and all your little bits of sarcasm and humour and rhetorical questions, and then you finish off with your conclusion, top bump, and then you have a nice big burger. So this is what we need to start with, the creative idea. Have you got your topic? Some of you have got some really interesting topics already. Others, I know, mentioning no names, haven't quite decided yet. So once you've identified your topic, you need to think about what kind of emotions you want to make your audience feel. You want to decide what kind of emotive language you're going to use. Are you going to shock them into action? Do you want them to feel guilty? Do you want them to feel sympathetic or sorry? Do you want them to feel angry about whatever it is? And what's your conclusion? So this is getting your ingredients together, getting your idea together. So hopefully that's fairly straightforward for most of you. Let me just get rid of my face. Always get rid of my face. There we go. So the bottom bit of the bun, you're building your burger, the opening. You need to grab your audience's attention. Open with a question, a startling statement, or a fact. I think starting with a question is always really, really good. And a sentence beginning, imagine, is always a brilliant one. Imagine a world where children have the right to vote. Ooh. Or imagine a school where there are no teachers. It's just robots. Or imagine a world without school. We've kind of been there, haven't we? Can you imagine what the world is going to be like after the coronavirus pandemic is over? Will we have changed? So starting with a question is a really good way of engaging your audience. And then the next step is to just explain the purpose of your speech. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am here to speak to you about, you mustn't forget, you are actually writing a speech. You aren't writing an essay. So you need to put in there things, lots of personal pronouns and addressing the audience. So you need to make it clear what you want to say so the audience can follow you and know what it is you're blathering on about. The main body then of your argument, get in the support or evidence for your purpose, present your key point, have your supporting information, include all your stories, personal experiences, examples, anecdotes, your facts, your statistics, your looking at the opposing point of view. Of course, some people would say this, but to them I would say that. And that's your burger and all the lettuce and tomato and gherkins and mustard and mayonnaise and ketchup and all that good relish, maybe a bit of bacon on top as well. Okay, the more you can get in, the better. And then the top bun is your powerful conclusion. Tie the ending in with your opening. You can even have the same line at the end as you had at the beginning. That's nice to kind of round it off in like a cyclical way. Be forceful and confident. Okay, just believe in what you are saying. The ending might be the only thing your audience remembers, and that's actually really important. Good speeches end as powerfully as they begin. So that's the basis of it. But what if you don't know what you're going to talk about? Well, if you remember, I showed you guys this website, or I directed you to this website, oxplore.org, and it's such a good website, and I shall tell you why it's so good. On this website there are loads of different questions like this one. Is it okay to judge other people? What's this one back here? My computer will probably be very slow now. Oh, here we go. Does it matter who you love? Quite a few trending questions at the moment. This one I thought was particularly interesting. I quite liked this one. Is it okay to judge other people? Yes or no? And you can click on yes or no, and it will give you some ideas. So let's just be controversial and say, yeah, let's judge other people. And it comes up with some information for you here. We have so many decisions to make every day. Sometimes it's easier to make snap judgments about people. But what about the harm this can do? Should we question our instincts? Let's dig deeper. So what that is saying is that it's part of our human nature, it's part of our instinct to make snap decisions, to judge people quickly. And that's a really interesting point, isn't it? And this is the kind of level of detail that I want you to get into. I don't want you to just talk about things on the surface level, but really try and dig a little bit deeper. So let's dig deeper. If we scroll down, seeing is believing, it says here. Optical illusions can deceive us by appearing as something they're not. Can we believe everything we see? Take a look at the illusions below and see if they trick your brain. So now we're going to talk about how the human brain works before we go back to our main subject of judging people. So obviously it's a human instinct to make snap judgments. Let's see how our brain works. And there's some nice examples here. What do you see? A duck or a rabbit? The impossible trident. How many prongs are there? 1, 2, 3, right? But 1. What? Whoa, what's going on? What about this one? Is this image really moving? If you stare at the middle of one of those, or let your eyes move around, is it moving? How many black dots can you see here? Try and move your eyes around and count them. Are there black dots? What about this one? Is there really a triangle here? Your brain is telling you one thing, but logically, are you trying to work out if what your brain is telling you is true? What about this one? 2 orange circles. Which one of them is bigger? Guess what? They're both exactly the same size. Whoa. Okay, so we scroll down. Everything is not as it seems. Once our brain recognises one part of the illusion, it can be really hard for us to see the second part. And this links back to the idea of judging people. It's not just optical illusions that divide opinion. Our beliefs, our ideas, and our previous experiences can affect how we see everything. So there's some more information here on how our brains think. Our brains sometimes get tricked, but they're actually very clever. Every day we face hundreds of decisions. Small ones like what to eat or when to cross the road, but also big ones like what subjects to study, where to go on holiday, how do we do it. There is more information there. And then we've got this, judging a book by its cover, 6 types of bias. Sometimes we put a lot of thought into our decisions, but sometimes we don't. Very routine decisions can be affected by bias, which is a preference either for or against a person or a group, especially in a way that's unfair. There are lots of different types of bias. Do you think you've been influenced by any of these? And then there's information here on all these different things. Stereotyping, stereotype threat, confirmation bias, in-group bias, out-group, homogeneity effect, fundamental attribution error. You won't know what those mean, which is why I would like you to have a look at this website and just play around with it. Philip Pullman once wrote, "People are too complicated to have simple labels." I like that. So should we judge people? Should we label people and then judge them? And then there's, this is in the news at the moment, it's very topical, stop and search. How does it work? Lots of people of colour have said that they are unfairly stopped and searched by police, and the data does show they're stopped and searched more than white people. So is there some sort of judging going on there by the police? Is it okay to discriminate? I do hope you would answer no, but there's a little video you can watch on discrimination. And then here we go. Is it okay to judge other people? Trusting your instincts, damaging stereotypes, keeping people safe, lead to distrust, levelling the playing field, more than just a label. So here you've got for and against. So here, is it okay to judge other people? Yeah, because we need to trust our instincts. Yeah, it keeps people safe. Yes, it levels the playing field. Or against, but stereotypes are damaging, it can lead to distrust, and people are more than just a label. And then you can vote, and you can see what other students have said when they've been voting. So you can see it's a really powerful website. There's an awful lot on there. You can, if I just go back to it briefly. So if I just go back to the home page by clicking on the logo, and you go through, there are so many. So does it matter who you love? Is it okay to judge other people? What's the next one? My computer's going to be slow now, isn't it? Yeah. Does gender matter? Does gender matter? Really interesting question. My kids would say no. Does music matter? Is it important? Should footballers earn more than nurses? Nice. What else is on here? Okay, that's it, isn't it? And so we can scroll through them. There are others as well. What's your big question? More big questions this way. Here we go. Different topics you can choose. You can have a look. Origins, health, power, the future, the past, being human, the natural world, the supernatural. That's a good one. Do you make your own luck? Interesting. So, can time travel ever be possible? Does a god exist? Do aliens exist? Could there be real life X-Men? Is fantasy better than real life? Okay, I think I've gone through quite enough of those. You get the picture. So if you haven't decided on a topic, you have no excuse anymore not to get writing. So just in terms of writing your speech, the things we need to do. I'll give you some sentence starters. Bear with me, hang on. There we go, get my PowerPoint back up. There we go. So now I can start typing into this. So what's the first thing we're going to have? We're going to have our, let's move my microphone a little bit. We're going to have our introduction. We're going to have our main topic. And we're going to have our conclusion, right? These are the three main areas for our speech, aren't they? So, when you're introducing your main topic, I'm just going to give you some sentence starters. Imagine a world where. Have you ever been a victim of or one word sentences are brilliant. Stop. Think. What would happen if? Okay. So those are some nice ways to start off your speech. Really going to engage your audience here. Your main topic, it is a speech, so I'm here today to convince you that, or by the end of this speech, I hope that you, blah, 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 or perhaps I'm sure you'll all agree with me when I say blah, blah, blah. Okay, now your conclusion. You can link back to the beginning. So imagine a world where, if that world existed, blah, blah, blah. Or we need to stop victimizing people, blah, blah, blah. Or perhaps stop, think. We can change, blah, blah, blah. Okay, does that make any kind of sense? I hope that makes some kind of sense. Let's get rid of my face again. So these are some nice ways to start off with your introduction. These are some nice ways of introducing your main topic. These are some nice ways of starting your conclusion. What you do need to make sure you are doing, Year 9, is, I'm just going to put my face over here. What you do need to make sure you're doing is presenting your argument using lots of the techniques that we've been looking at. So I would like you please to try and bring some emotion into your argument. Try and convince people to believe you by tugging on their heartstrings, by making them feel a particular way. I want you to use anecdotes, research your topic, use facts and statistics. You can even make your statistics up. Okay, in an exam you have to make them up. But what I need you to do is be forceful with your argument. Don't sit on the fence, have an opinion, either this or that, and try to make me agree with you. Now I'm going to give you until Friday to get this done. Hopefully you'll all get it done by Thursday, but tomorrow there is no English because you've got a maths thing, so you've got no English work tomorrow, and on Thursday it's a library lesson, so I would like you to spend that time writing this up. What I'll do is I'll put a blog together, so over the summer holidays you can have a look at the Year 9 blog. I'll put the link on here for you, and you can read each other's fabulous bits of writing. In fact, I might put a link up to the Year 10 blog, and you can have a look at what Year 10 have written to help you with some inspiration. Okay, 17 and a half minutes. I need to stop talking. Year 9, I will speak to you again very soon. Take care. If you've got any questions, let me know. Bye-bye.